Hello, Tububers, and welcome to Papercrafts by Cindy Allen. Today we're going to make this lovely pop-up box card without any dies. It looks really complicated, but it is not, I promise you. Okay, so I did use dies to decorate it, but not really. It is really very simple. And if I can do it, so can you. So the whole thing is 5.5 square. I do that specifically so it fits in a 6-inch envelope, square envelope, and it gives me a little more room to decorate it all around the outsides. I think I'm going to show you that in a minute, that it fits in a 6-inch envelope. There you go. Yep. So this way you can, gives you a little more room to have stuff stick out the sides and the top if you want. But yeah, there you have it. See, that fits pretty nicely. So on this one, which was, I had 2 cards to make, I'm going to show you that you can decorate various and sundry parts of this. Okay, so I decorated on this one, I decorated the flaps on the outside, and I matted those. The ones down at the bottom, I didn't mat, I just put pieces of craft paper DSP, and the ones up there I don't usually decorate because when it stands up on someone's desk they don't actually see that part. The ones on the top I double matted, and then I decorated the tops of them. If you want to get really fancy dancy, you can decorate the ones on underneath as well, although I don't usually do that. Sometimes I do for people's that I know. Now I am covering up the writing on this card because it was for a friend of mine. But that's on the back of it is where you put your message, which is kind of fun. And on the inside there are 3 little stripes that you can put your decorations on that sit inside the box. On this one there are puppies. Okay, so let's get to making. So literally all of this is made out of a single piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And you can use whatever cardstock you want because you're going to be matting and layering it so much that it doesn't really matter. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut 2 5.5 square pieces of paper, as you can see, out of your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Okay, so you have 2 5.5 squares, and then out of the side piece, as I'm showing you there, you're going to cut 3 4-inch by 1/2-inch strips of paper. Okay, so there you've got the 3. They're 4 inches long and 1/2 an inch wide. So there you have it. Okay, and those are for those little bars on the inside. You can do 4, but it's a little squishy. So I'm going to suggest that you only do 3. So here you go. And this is for your basic box card. I think next weekend I might do a similar box card, sort of like the ones that are 4.5 by 5 by 4.25 by 5.5, so it'll fit in a different envelope. So now we're going to do just the 5.5-inch squares. We're going to do our scoring. So the first line you want to score is at 2.5 inches on the first square. So this gives you a 2.5-inch flap and a 3-inch bottom, which is nice. So now you've got the 2.5-inch flap on your left and the 3-inch bottom on the side. Now, it does not matter how you turn this as long as you score both pieces of paper the same way. Okay, so now you're going to score a 1/2 inch. Okay, so so you can stick them both together. Now you're going to do a 2.5 inch, a 2-inch side, a 2-inch side, and then a 3-inch, and you'll have a 3-inch square. So you've got a 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and a 3-inch square. Now you're going to do the same side, but you're going to do the up and down ones first because you're going to score the back side of the box. So the one we just did is the front of the box with flaps. So now we're going to do the 1/2 inch. That lets you attach the box together. A 2-inch side. So you're going to score the 1/2 inch, 2.5, and then that'll go to 5.5, which gives you a 3. Now you're going to turn it and you're going to score it again, at 2.5, but you're only going to go to the second score line. You're not going to score it all the way down because this is the back side of the box. Okay, so this is the back side of the box. That big chunk that I'm showing you now on the bottom that I'm poking at is that flat side where you could score it since you're going to be matting it inside and out. It doesn't really matter, but you don't really want a score line there. I mean, you don't really. You want it to stand up and be nice and not flop around. So you don't want a score line right there. I'm sort of showing you that in the video. Okay, so now we're going to cut it apart. There's my trusty EK scissors, and here's where I goofed. All right, so I left in the pink paper to show you how I cut things out, but eventually we're going to go to another piece of paper. So make sure you're cutting on the 2.5-inch side, not on the 3-inch side like I did. And what you want to do is you want to cut out the actual score line. So you're going to cut on each side of the score line. So you're cutting the score line out. This is going to make your flaps flap easier. It's going to be easier to decorate, and it just looks neater all around. So I think I'm going to show you this pretty soon. You can see what I did there. Okay, so now I've got my 2.5-inch flap, and now I'm going to cut the top flap off. So as I said, make sure, see, I'm cutting on the outside of the score line there. So you're cutting off the score line. You don't want to leave the score line because it just looks silly. Okay, and you're cutting on the outside of the score line so it hides underneath your card. Okay, so there you go. There you go. And that's one side of the box. Okay, so after I fixed it, I did do a whole pink box, but I lost all the footage. So here we are with a red box. Da, da, da. So after you cut both of them, remembering they cut the 2.5-inch side, you're going to fold them and score all the lines except for the one that has the back. Okay, so see that one side is standing up straight, and the other one you've got 3 flaps. So you're going to put, see the one, there's the one flap, you've got the back and one side, and now you're going to put that together with another flap, a little flap on the bottom, and the 2 sides. Look, it's a box. Yay! There you go. So now you know how the box goes together. Okay, now you know how the box goes together. As the box goes together, now what we're going to do is we're going to lay it down and we're going to put some tape on those flaps. But what we're not going to do is we are not going to glue the entire box together yet. Why? Well, because we have to put those little thingies in the middle. I'm using 1/2-inch tape here because that's the best to use. So one of the things that you can also do before you put the box together is you can decorate it before you put it together instead of after you put it together, which is always helpful. Always helpful. But there you have it. I like to lay it down like this while we're putting the things together. So now we're going to also get these strips. While you had your scoreboard out, you should have scored a 1/2 inch on each side of those, but here we are. So you've got them going in the same direction. There you are. You're going to take the sticky part off one side. This is me going, dang it, why is it not coming off? In case you wondered if everybody has problems with this, the answer is yes, even when you have long nails. So yeah. So you can decorate it while the box is flat. Sometimes I decorate it when the box is flat. Sometimes I decorate it when the box is not flat. I usually put it together to this point, literally this point right here, while the box is before I even think about decorating it, because this way you can get inside the box and get to that back flap. See? So that back flap part you can definitely decorate. But now I'm gonna show you. We're just putting the box together today to show you how to put the box together, and how you can do it. So now the strats, I'm gonna call them the struts. Struts. I don't know which word to use. Anyway, they go on the side. So you need an 1.5 inch piece of tape, and you want to put it at the top, not at the bottom. And you want to put them on a side, not on the front, because they will not fit on the front. They will only fit on the side. And you only want to put in one piece of tape. Look at that. I managed to get an 1.5 inch piece of tape without even measuring it. Haha, I'm good. Now I'm going to try to do this with a pair of scissors, and it doesn't work. Yeah, because that. So, I have no idea what I'm saying here. But anyway, this is me trying to get this off of here, and what I'm really doing is peeling off the entire piece of double-sided tape with the scissors. Yeah. Ah, there we go. We're having a hurricane here in Florida, which is bad. Okay, so you're going to take one of the tabs, put it in. Now you're going to butt this tab right up against the other tab, and then lay that next tab flat onto the next one. Okay, so there you are. So that should fill up the entire 1.5 inch piece of tape, because you have 3 1/2 inch little tabby tabs down at the bottom, and I didn't start it right, so I've got a little extra thing there. So that's me trying to get rid of the extra goo. Okay, so see, they're all lying flat in a row. Look at them, all lying flat in a row. Now you have a choice. You can put 3 little tiny pieces of tape on those, or what I like to do is just take my 1/2 inch piece of tape and just put it across all 3. Okay, much easier, especially for those of us who have hands that look like mine and the joints are all swollen. Yeah, so there you go. Look at that. This is the magic. Every time this happens and it works, I'm like, dang, it worked again. So you put it across all 3 tabs. Watch this. This is so fun, and it works for whatever kind of box card you're making. Now watch this. And then you fold the card in half, which brings the other side on top of it. Ta-da! Look at that. Perfect placement every time. Look at that. There's your box. Is that cool or what? So the only thing you have left to do is to attach the other side. So that's what we're going to do now. Yeah, look at that. So literally, this is how easy it is to make a box card. Now, you can also make them without flaps. You can make them different sizes. I mean, literally, you can make them any size you want. But there it is. And see, here's the pink one that I had made but didn't have any video for. There you go. And now I'm going to decorate to my heart's content. If you like this video and you want to see more interactive cards, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you get more of me. Yay! Now the boxes are going to do a little dance for you. Why? Because I'm kind of a dork. That's what I am. It's coming. It's coming. There they go! Dancy, dancy, dancy! Yeah. So, make them for Christmas, make them for special occasions. Yay! Have a great day.